Thank you very much, Ophir, and thank you, Congresswoman, not only for your words, but for your actions, which are vital for the state of Israel, for our democracy, for our world. My name is Ariel Beery. Despite my New York accent, I live in Israel, serve in the Army. I built 3 companies there and raised 3 children there. And I am here to thank you for your struggle, for your support here on the streets. The protest movement in Israel, for which I volunteered full-time for the past 7 months, needs your voices to be heard. We need your voices to be heard louder. Over the past 7 months, what we have learned is that Benjamin Netanyahu doesn't care about the opinions within the state of Israel. That is why he doesn't interview for Israeli media. That is why when he interviews, he speaks in English to American crowds, to people that may not know what is really happening behind the scenes. And that is why your voices are needed and why we need your voices to be louder. We are at a crossroads. We thought that we would be able to stop the legislation, and we were not able to. We will not make the same mistake. We must fight because our house is literally burning. We are at a moment in which the state of Israel is closer than ever before to becoming a tyrannical and theocratic regime. That is not an Israel in which any one of us here will be welcome. We are literally fighting for our homes. And that is why we will win. Over the past 7 months, together with hundreds of thousands of other Israelis, we have left our jobs, we have taken leaves of absence, we have marched in 110-degree weather, we have time after time made our voices heard, and we will continue to do so, but we need your help, and that is why I am here to ask you for 2 things. I am here to ask you for 2 things. I am asking you to integrate and to activate. Integrate, meaning every one of you, every individual here in the United States and around the world who would like to ensure that our home remains the liberal democracy for which it has become great, needs to join a board, needs to join a steering committee, needs to join a group, needs to become part of the American Jewish establishment, because that is what Benjamin Netanyahu fears. That is who we will listen to. That is where our voices will be heard. And then we are asking you to activate. We are asking you to take responsibility day in and day out when you can to ensure that those organizations, that those foundations, that those representatives that represent you in Congress do as our Congresswoman did, and ensures that the United States and the American Jewish community remains aligned with an Israel that is a homeland for all of its people. Because Zionism will fail if it does not ensure the self-determination of all peoples in the land of Israel. Because Zionism will fail if Israel becomes a theocratic regime. And that is why we need you to stand shoulder to shoulder with us. That is why we need you to integrate and to activate. And that is why we are counting on you to march with us to ensure that our future remains as liberal, as free, and as powerful for the world as Israel has become over these years of freedom. Thank you. And for this, there is no more fitting song for us to sing together. To finish this wonderful rally of support than a tikva. Cantor, may I call you back to us?
Well, there's a few